Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to another episode of Sip the Tally Films. I'm your host, Coach Evans, and we're going to do a practice report summary from yesterday. I wasn't able to get on and do it yesterday, so I decided to bring it to you today before today's practice got underway. And so basically I'm going to summarize the things that I found from yesterday and give my 2 cents about what happened at practice yesterday, the things and the news that came out of practice. So I want to first of all appreciate everybody that have been coming to the streams, watching the streams live, watching the replays, liking the streams, everybody that has donated. If you'd like to donate, there's a link in the chat box. You can go to the pinned comment and donate that way. Multiple ways to donate in the description. So if you want to do that, if that's your cup of tea, I would appreciate it. If you don't understand, hey, let's get into it. So again, yesterday we had another padded practice, and let's dive right into what happened yesterday. Let me flip my screen and we can get started. All right, first up on the menu, we got an injury. Malik Hamm is on injured reserve. Baltimore Ravens says we've placed defensive end Malik Hamm with a knee on injured reserve, and we've signed linebacker Quincy Roche. Very disappointed to hear this news. I was a big fan, or am a big fan of Malik Hamm. Been a fan of his since I think he hit this nice move in the practices with the Commanders last year. And that got me excited to see what he could do. And I haven't seen him really do anything since then. That was really much the bane of Malik Hamm. We saw him with that nice move and really haven't seen him do anything since then. Really hated for the kid. Wishing for a speedy recovery for him. So that's pretty much his 2024, if I'm not mistaken. Quincy Roche will come in and probably won't get much burn depending on what the O's do and Malik do. But you never know. You never know, because if the O's don't, mainly the second O, don't do much of nothing, Quincy Roche may have a chance to get in and get some burn. What up, DDSQ? Appreciate you for joining. Appreciate it. Let's go to the second thing we have on this list. Change on the Ravens roster. Cordier Ismail is now listed as tight end. Now, I had read that the day before, but I think it's official now that Ismail has listed as a tight end. I'm interested to see. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull this up. Give me a second. Let me pull up the depth chart and see how many tight ends we got. Anyway, see where he might fit. I got it. Let's see. 24 positional roster. Make it bigger so my old eyes can see. Let's see if he has an actual chance. So what I see here is, and is this new? Is this updated maybe? Let's see if this updated. Numerical roster, positional roster. Here we go. Mike Riggerman, number 35. Isaiah Likely, 80. Cordier Ismail, 83. Riley Sharp, 84. Scotty Washington, 85. Kolar, 88. Mark, 89. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tight ends. So let's say Mark, Kolar, Likely. Those 3 are locks. Honestly, this may give him a better chance to make the team and be on the practice squad. Because now he, instead of, in that wide receiver battle, he's really fighting Mike Riggerman, who I never heard of until I read this list. Riley Sharp, who I have heard of. The only real name that I've seen people write about in practice is Scotty Washington. So he could really maybe be tight end 4. Honestly, he has a shot to maybe be tight end 4, being 6'6" and 232. this is probably not a bad move for Ismail. And then again, if he don't make it, he probably can get some good reps and probably make it somewhere else for somebody else. So this is probably not a bad move for Ismail. Probably, yeah. Ricard technically is a tight end. At least, right, Q. So this is probably a good move for Ismail, not only for his Ravens career, but his career in general. Probably. So, smart move on his part. And whoever decided to do it. Another move about Ismail says, this transition is something I've been on all training camp. Ismail's size and movement abilities is somewhat reminiscent of Isaiah Likely. Very interested to see how this develops. So this is one of the things I'll be interested in looking at whenever we play our first preseason game on the 9th, to see how they use him or to see how he moves at the tight end position. This will be one of the things I'll make sure I watch it. And I think Nikhil Maheta is the first person I read say that he moved to tight end. I think that's why I read it first. He said that Ismail had moved to tight end. I think that was the first person that mentioned it, and that's where I read it first. But now Kyle has said it, and then Ryan Mink has said it as well. All right. Got a little video for us. It says, this is from Jonah. It says, don't see Rashad Bateman at practice. He left yesterday with, that was 2 days ago, with soreness. No Devontae Walker or Deontay Hardy either. So that means we had 3 receivers that did not practice yesterday. Three guys that plan to factor in. Rashad Bateman and Devontae Walker as far as in the actual offense. And then Hardy into the kick return game. But the good thing about camp, you got enough bodies to go out there and kind of get your offense going. And the good thing about this is you don't have those multiple cuts. So you got pretty much everybody until that one big cut down at the end. What up, Hendo? What up? All right, next thing we got. Unnecessary slow-mo is back. Yeah, this is a drill I used to kind of incorporate with the kids too. But what I would do is I wouldn't put myself in harm's way. I make them go against each other. I wouldn't put myself out there so they can say ooh and have, they can talk about me all day. I make them go against each other. But I would line them up side by side. I would give the actual offensive guy a step in front of the defensive guy, and I would be the quarterback throwing the ball to the outside shoulder, making them go up and high point the ball. So this is a little fun drill, a little warm up drill, and also give them opportunity to work on their one hand catches and just something to put a little fun in practice and break the monotony of just it always being serious all the time. Actual absences from practice. Yeah, I think Flowers gonna go off this year. What up, Bazel? Appreciate you. Ravens absences. Keaton Mitchell, obviously we know why. Hardy, I forgot what Hardy was dealing with. I think it was something family related. I forgot. Bateman with the soreness, and Bateman, I saw this morning where he on Instagram maybe responded to somebody saying it's just soreness, to chill out. Everybody's tripping. I don't know what's wrong with Tez. Joe Evans, I don't know what's wrong. Isaac is out. That's the linebacker. And Rigby's the linebacker that's out. Malik Hamm on IR. We talked about him earlier. And again, I still like the thing with Adisa. If he got hurt at the combine, why is it NFI? That still puzzles me. Oh, his child in the hospital. Okay. That's okay. Appreciate it, Killer Cam. Appreciate it. All right. Gloomy day Tuesday at the castle, but we still working. Just working on a little contact while catching the ball. Now, I remember when I first started coaching, me and another coach used to love to do this. But you see how he just patting them with that dummy? We used to try to knock the brakes off them kids. Because, I mean, you wasn't going to get barely tapped like that catching the ball. We used to rail back and try to bare buns them jokers trying to catch the ball. Now, we would let them catch it first. We wouldn't hit them before they caught it. But as far as once you caught it, you knew you was about to get the hammer. We was bare buns and jokers, boy. We'd have a coach on each side. You catch that slant, and you had to catch the ball and put it away. And we was trying to 3-0 count. You got the green light. You trying to hit a home run with that dummy. Same dummy. And it was one of the D-line coaches. He loved that part because in the camp, we used to have a offensive period and a defensive period. So we didn't do like offense and defense. Everybody went on offense and everybody went on defense and camp. Then we would split it up offense and defense once the season started. So I had a D-line coach over there with me, and we used to pow, pow, until the head coach like, come on now. You can't do that. But we used to yeah. Well, hey, Q, we had the head coach was a bruh. The head coach was a bruh. I wasn't a bruh yet. The quarterback coach was a bruh. One of the defensive line coaches was a bruh. And one of the DB coaches was a bruh. So, hey, it was what it was. Next one, Tylen Wallace. Same drill. They just touching him. Right here, Michael Pierce is working on maintaining that gap responsibility, keeping his head inside his gap, and then disengaging once the ball comes. That's all that is. Gap integrity. Working on gap integrity. That's the word I was searching for. Once the ball comes, release, get rid of your guy. But you got to keep your head in your gap, keep that outside arm free. Just working on gap integrity. Good little drill. Something to get you warm too. Just a little warm-up drill, but you're still working on your fundamentals of the game. And that's all this other drill is too. Working on fundamentals of the game. Staying focused on the ball because you know you're going to get contact. And that's all these are. Fundamental drills that are important in the game, but it's just something to get you loose too. All right. Another little nugget from Jonah Safer says Lamar Jackson made probably my favorite play of camp so far, throwing an almost blind 20-yarder to a fully extended Mark Andrews, Travis Jones, and Odafe Oweh bearing down on him in the Ravens end zone. Lamar's been accurate today, taking a lot of underneath throws. Now, this is the play that the Ravens tweeted later on. And there is a reason Travis Jones was bearing down on Lamar Jackson. Anybody in the chat know why Travis Jones was bearing down on Lamar Jackson? Any particular reason? Because we done had a while to everybody. I'm sure done saw that riot camp. Cam said it right there. Falele got beat bad on that play. Now it's two ways you can go with that. Falele got beat bad, or Travis Jones whooped his butt. So it's a good play by Falele or a good play by Travis Jones. You can go either way on that. Either way. We'll just leave it. We'll just see. We're just gonna wait and see. We're gonna wait and see on that. But that's exactly the play. That ain't my boy. That ain't my boy, Hendo. You're not gonna put that on me, Ricky Bobby. You're not gonna put that on me. Another little nugget from Jonah Schaefer. A pretty competitive Ravens practice just wrapped. Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, and Sean Ryan. That's a name I hadn't heard in a while. Had strong days on offense. Roquan Smith, Brandon Stevens, and Nate Wiggins were active on defense. Running backs had a couple nice games too. Coordinators are set to talk today. No John Harbaugh. Okay. All right. It's more of a bad play. Yeah, two things can be true, but it's more of a bad play. We'll see. We'll see. From Cordell Woodley says, I watched a good bit of O-line versus D-line one-on-ones. O-line had their own for the most part. A couple of nice runs were broke today in team drills too. Another nugget from Kyle Barber. Ravens practice ended. After Likely's big practice yesterday, Andrews delivered today. Multiple big catches and a touchdown grab. One full extension leaping grab that wowed the crowd. That probably was that same play that they tweeted out. Ravens OC, this is from Todd Monk, and he says, we've got to get Bateman more involved. We've got to get him the ball downfield. That's stating the obvious. Now, how do you do that? That's the key. Because, again, we all know that Bateman ran routes and was open last year. To me, Bateman was not high in the, what's the word I'm looking for? He was not high in the progressions to get the ball. And what that means was, like, whatever the route concepts was, Bateman was not 1 or 2 in the progressions. And if he was 1 or 2 in the progressions, he was ignored, or they came off of it Well, I ain't gonna say they. We know Lamar came off of him real quick. So that's where I feel like that was. He was either not high in the progressions, or Lamar like looked over them like, look, I ain't throwing the ball over there. Let's go to this other side. That's the only two things to me, in my opinion. It's just my opinion on that. So it's either Bateman was not high in the progressions, or Lamar was like, look, forget that dude. I ain't throwing the ball over there. Let's work on this side of the field. Or it's the third thing. I forgot. I was being a little funny. It's the third thing. Or the defensive coverage pre-snap could have told Lamar, hey, look, whatever Bateman's running is not going to be open. So don't even look over there. And then Bateman just made, some good routes and got open. That's that. Let me see. DDSQ said, Coach, I just don't see Likely and Andrews coexisting. Too much overlap, and Andrews is not good enough blocking. One of the reasons Ricard is playing so much. Yes, gonna be interesting to see how Todd incorporates those two together, because last year Likely didn't excel until Andrews went out. But we need Likely and Andrews to be on the field excelling at the same time. I don't know how, but they need to be excelling at the same time. Because for them to excel at the same time, they need to be on the field at the same time. And then that means only two receivers are going to be on the field at the same time. So for them to excel at the same time, that means Likely Andrews on the field, and then Flowers and Bateman on the field probably. And then a back. So he just got to mix and match it, and he got to figure it out. He got weapons, he just got to figure it out. It's a good problem to have. A good problem to have. All right, let's go. Gianna Hand says, the Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken said what they expect from Derrick Henry is what they see on tape. But what they want to see, everything for themselves in practice right now. He's excited about the game plan around Henry and being creative with his speed. Yeah, Henry's a lot faster than you think he is. Or than I thought he was. Like, people get beside him and they just don't catch him. They just don't catch him. Let's see what you got in the chat box. Andrews is the truth. These conversations kill me. I don't get what you mean. Nobody said Andrews was not good. Who? Like, you're making up something. Nobody said Andrews wasn't good. We just said they don't all DDSQ said they don't coexist. So you looking for a argument or a back and forth that's not there. Nobody said Andrews is one of the best tight ends in the league. But he got a guy behind him that could potentially be one of the best tight ends in the league too. So you're looking for something that's not there. Phantom Cyborg says, for them to excel, Andrews has to give up. I agree with that. I do agree with that. He got to be where he's supposed to be when he's supposed to be there. I do agree with that. DDSQ says Andrews doesn't play in line. He splits out a lot from what I've seen. Yeah, he do. Now, a lot of the great pass catching tight ends don't play in line no more. You look at Kelsey. You look at Kelsey. Look at Laporta. You look at a lot of other guys. The only one, like those upper echelon tight ends that only really play in line now, is Kittle. And that's why I think Kittle is the number one guy. Because he's the only one that still plays in line and splits out and a block your butt to the dirt and a catch anything thrown to him. That's why I think Kittle is the best tight end right now. Because he do it all. Like, all. Let's keep going before we get on a tangent. All right, let's see what Zach Orr talking about.
Comfortable every single day. Like I said, man, Coach Harbaugh does a great job of putting us in like real life game situations. So you have to think on the fly. You have to be prepared. You have to have your call sheet ready. You have to think a step ahead. And, combination of that and then going against our offense, going against Monk and Lamar, Mark, Zay, both Zays. I mean, I could name a lot of people with our offense. Going against those guys make it even that much more challenging, but it's preparing me for the moment, and I feel more comfortable every single day with that. And another thing is like the coaching staff that we have helps prepare me on defense, man. Like those guys are great coaches, great humans, so it's not just me by myself. I'm leaning on those guys, and those guys are helping me out a lot.
Man, I think this dude right here, like, I think the world of this dude. And I ain't seen him coach a game yet, like, as far as the DC. What up, Don? Appreciate you for joining. I think the world of this dude right here. What up, Tank? Appreciate you for joining. Like, just listening to him talk and listening at the confidence in his voice and just seeing the stuff, the way he interacted with players last year on the sideline. I think the world of this dude right here, and I think he next, man. Like, if they have success, if our defense get anywhere close to how they were last year, or it might be one and done, man. Tell me if I'm tripping or not. Tell me if I'm tripping. If our defense have any success, anything close to the success they had last year. What up, Banks? Or it might be one and done. Yeah, and y'all let me know if I'm tripping. If they, I know we had the triple crown, but let's just say we top 5 in all 3 of them categories again next year. Or it might be one and done with the Ravens. Because he exudes head coach. He exudes what's the Texans coach? He reminds me of that guy. I can't think his name. Y'all help me on the chat box. Oh crap, what's that? D'Amico. He reminds me of D'Amico so much. But as far as what he said, like, I loved when our head coach would just come out and we'd have like a 30-minute period where it'd be nothing on the script, and we knew that was situations. And we didn't know what situation it was going to be in. We just knew it was situations, and it was me and the offense versus the defense coordinator and the defense. And you just had to be ready for whatever the head coach spit out. That, to me, that's the best kind of practice. Whether I was coaching football or even when I was coaching baseball. Situations, like, I love situations. To me, that's the best. That's the closest to the game you can get. Because you can set up, okay, it's 3rd and long. That's the defense know what's coming. Offense, you pretty much got to pass. 4th, short 4th and 1, you finna try to run it or whatever. But just straight up, when you don't know what's coming, I love that. That's the best kind of practice to me, because especially when you're moving the ball too, that's the best kind of practice to me. I love coaches that do that. All right, we got another clip from Orr.
I think it's just, man, the players taking ownership, man. I mean, they came in, locked in, ready to roll, man, since they got here for camp. And one of the main things we talk about on defense is trying to eliminate explosive plays from the offense and taking the ball away. The ball is the most important thing in the game of football, and our job as a defense is to take it away. And guys are taking ownership of that, and they've really been focusing on doing that. So it's been a pleasure seeing those guys attack the ball and catch the football and come away with some interceptions.
All right, he mentioned taking the ball away. I got a question for you, chat. And they've gotten a lot of interceptions this first week of practice. Do you attribute a lot of those interceptions to Lamar not practicing? Because, Lamar only practiced like 2 days that first week. Or them actually doing their thing on defense? Which one do you think it is? Do you think it's because Lamar didn't practice that much and our backups are not as good as Lamar? Or the defense just the defense like that? Which one y'all think it is?
Man, Trent's an intense guy, which we love. We love it. I mean, I think Isaiah Likely told me the other day, he was like, man, tell Trent to smile out there on the field. I was like, hey, man, that's how he roll. That's how he roll. But Trent's, that's why we loved him when he came out of Clemson. I mean, he's a real physical player, and it's great to see that. We knew that last year. He came in as a rookie being real physical, and he's continued that and upped that. He's gotten bigger, stronger, more explosive, which he's displaying, which we're happy with. Man, Trent.
You're talking about Trent Simpson being a intense player. Now I don't know if because when you gotta speak, you gotta talk up, you gotta up talk your guys. You gotta breathe life into your guys. You gotta speak positivity into your guys. It is a such thing as being too locked in to where you kind of turned off. You kind of turn guys off. That is a such thing. Now, I don't know if Trent's trying to emulate Rowe, which is a good thing because Rowe get that look in his eye and he be spitting fireballs. So if you're gonna have 2 guys back there that spit fireballs, you do need a jokester. And that's why I thought Queen was the perfect complement to Roe. Because Roe was and Queen was yapping, but Queen yapping was more like smack talk. Roe was more like, I'm trying to eat your soul. And I thought that was the perfect compliment. So, but if you got both two guys back there that's gonna try to eat your soul, I wonder how that's gonna work. And it may work fine, but we gonna see. We definitely gonna see. Appreciate you, Jelly Bean, for coming through. Appreciate it. Lady Lord Baltimore, thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let's see what else we got.
Him just having more football awareness, just becoming a better.
Talking about Big Trav.
I think in all of his game, man. I mean, him just having more football awareness, just becoming a better student of the game, understanding. You know, when you a first, second year player, you know, a lot of stuff is still new to you. But now him going into his third year, he's seen most of the run scheme, most of the pass protections, and I mean, he's in here every single day working his butt off in the classroom and in the weight room. And I think you're gonna see a big jump in his game, in the run game and in the pass game. And I think
now, most of y'all know I'm a huge fan of Big Travis. I think he's gonna have a huge jump this year. I'm expecting Travis to play on the same level and start to surpass Michael Pierce, and at the end of the year maybe be the starting nose guard. I like Travis's footwork. I like his combination of footwork, size and strength, and youth to start to make Michael Pierce a situational player and let Travis be the more reps player, if that makes sense. Because Travis is in his third year, Mike is in probably 8th, 9th, or 10th year, maybe even more. I want Travis to get more of the reps and let Michael Pierce maybe be a situational guy so we can save him for later on in the year when that weather starts to turn and it get nut cutting time. So I'm expecting Travis to give me 3, 4, maybe 5 sacks, give me 8, 9 TFLs, and just be a block disruptor. Just to take centers and displace them and make running backs cut back and make TFLs for other guys because they're trying to get away from Travis. I'm just expecting Travis to just completely dismantle non-elite centers. If that makes sense. You take guys like that are not Creed Humphrey, not Tyler Linderbaum, Kelsey retired. I think Ragnow was the center for Detroit. Non-elite centers, I expect him to destroy them and then hold his own versus the elite centers. That's what I'm looking for Travis. All right, this is the play that Falele got beat on. This is the one we talked about earlier. It looked like they had a little twist. Did they have a little twist in there? No, he got one-on-one with Travis Jones. Falele one-on-one with Travis Jones. I don't know why he peeks at Owe. Like right here, you see Falele peek at Owe. Right there. He peeking at Owe for some reason. Not sure why. Like, look at him. He looking at Owe for some reason. And when he does, Travis Jones gets that hand. Look at that hand locked on that wrist in perfect position and gets rid of him. So not only it's bad that Falele took his eyes off his guy, but that's a perfect wrist lock by Travis Jones to get rid of Falele. So it's part of good play by Travis, but it's part bad technique by Falele too. So you got to give Travis some props too for making a good play, because he got that hand locked on that wrist, and if you get that hand in a perfect position, ain't nothing you can do. And that's what he did on that play. Great catch by Andrews though. Great catch. Full extension. Great catch. Great catch. Now what we're going to do is right here, we're going to take a look at all of, let me put myself back up here. We're going to take a look at all of, well, not take a look at, but Jonah Schaefer put out a report about all of Lamar throws from yesterday. So we're going to take a look at what he said about those throws from the Baltimore Banner, and then we're going to get up out of here. I'm going to get you up out of here after that. So I got that pulled up. Make sure I'm on slide 1. I am on slide 1. Let me bring this back up. If you haven't hit that like button while I'm transitioning, please do so. Please do so. Please do so. Make sure I'm on the right screen. There we go. All right. So we good? We good? We good? I think we're good, yeah. All right, so it says Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson didn't have a lot of big completions Tuesday. Those would come in due time, his coaches believe. But Jackson didn't have a lot of incompletions either. Unofficially, he ended his most accurate day of camp 22 for 28 overall in team drills, finishing 16 of 20 in 11 on 11 action and 6 of 8 in 7 on 7. Here's how Jackson's day as a passer unfolded period by period, throw by throw. And again, this is from Jonah Schaefer from the Baltimore Banner. 11 on 11, he was 2 for 2. Jackson found tight end Mark Andrews for a short gain in front of safety Kyle Hamilton. With nothing available downfield, Jackson hit running back Justice Hill in the left flat, while cornerback Brandon Stevens corralled him quickly. So that's the first part of 11 on 11. He was 2 for 2. All right. Another 11 on 11s. I'm sorry, more 11 on 11. I'm sorry. Jackson faked the handoff and fired a medium range pass to Andrews, who found a hole between safeties Marcus Williams and Hamilton. Number 4. Feeling pressure up the middle from defensive lineman Travis Jones. There's that man again. Jackson scrambled to his left before finding a moment to look deep where wide receiver Zay Flowers had wiggled free of coverage in the middle of the field. They connected easily for about a 30-yard gain. So he locking them in now. So that's 4 for 4, if I'm not mistaken. One to Andrews and another one where he scrambled from Travis Jones and hit Zay. All right. Another set of 11 on 11s. He was 2 for 3 in this one. So play 5. Another play action drop back ended with another short completion to Andrews. And, Andrews going to always be a safety valve. That's why, when guys said we was talking about Andrews earlier, like nobody's discrediting Andrews. Andrews is that guy. We just saying that likely got to be a part of it too. That's, the more weapons, the merrier. If I come to a fight with 18 weapons and you come with 2, I'm probably going to win. What up, that damn dude? Appreciate you for joining. That's all we saying. The more weapons, the merrier. But we got to make sure we use them too. Got to make sure we use them. Number 6. Despite good coverage from inside linebacker Roquan Smith, Jackson threaded a pass over the middle to tight end Isaiah Likely for a solid game. And Likely's having a great camp too from the reports that we're getting. Number 7. Pressure from outside linebacker Odafe Owe and inside linebacker Chris Board forced a difficult throw from Jackson to wide receiver Malik Cunningham, leading to Jackson's first incompletion in team drills. Now, we got to, when they say pressure from linebackers and defensive linemen and whatnot, remember, they can't touch the quarterback. So we don't know if these would be potential sacks or what, because when they break through the offensive line and they even look like they might be close to the mall, they got to put the brakes on. So when they say pressure from outside linebackers, these could be sacks. They could not be sacks. Lamar started getting away from them. We don't know. But when they break through the offensive line, their play is pretty much over with because they can't get nowhere close to Lamar. Let's put it like that. Because if they do, I remember reading somebody, I think maybe Montez Sweat got pulled out of practice because he got close to Caleb Williams the other day. What up, Osman? I think that's who it was. I think I read Montez Sweat got pulled out of practice because he got close to Caleb Williams in practice the other day. All right, number 8. Jackson hit Flowers on the screen pass, but a penalty on the offense wiped out the play. Probably illegal downfield. That's probably what that penalty was. Probably one of the linemen got too far downfield. All right, 7 on 7. He was 3 for 4. Number 9. Jackson found Flowers on a short completion underneath. All right, take what the defense give us. Whatever the defense dictates, give it to us as long as it ain't 3rd and something. If it's 1st and 10, defense give us some underneath, hey, we take it. You never go broke taking the change. Number 10, another short completion of Flowers. 11, Jackson hit Flowers running the curl route against rookie cornerback Nate Wiggins for a solid game. Boy, I bet you Nate and Zay one-on-ones be off the chain. I bet you they one-on-ones be off the chain. Boy, them two little shifted quick jokers, boy. Boy. Number 12. Jackson went deep to Cunningham, who was running in double coverage in the middle of the field from cornerback Arthur Mollett Williams, but the attempt was overthrown. Okay, Malik probably was trying to split the safeties. And Lamar was like, I'm going to overthrow you and let you run up under it because you fast, or it's either you going to get it or nobody going to get it. That's probably what that was. So he put it way out there. because Malik's pretty fast from what I hear. All right, 13, 7 for 7, 3 out of 4. With limited choices in front of him, Jackson hurried and threw an off-balance pass to Likely. With Stevens fast approaching, an off-target throw bounced off Likely's hands and fell incomplete. That a drop or just what? Let us know. 14, Jackson looked right and found Flowers, who made an acrobatic catch against Hamilton. Mini-Me versus the Giant. 15, Jackson found wide receiver Nelson Aguilar for a short game between Stevens and safeties Ardarius Washington. 16, Jackson connected with Andrews over the middle on another check down. Andrews punctuated the play by throwing a stiff arm at the inside linebacker, Josh Ross. Okay. One thing about Mark, he is physical. He is physical. They are Tank. They are Tank. I like Caleb, but he got to do something first. And quiet as it's kept, I like Justin Fields. So I'm kind of slick hating, honestly. I kind of don't want him to do so good because I kind of wish I was in the boat they kept Justin Fields, but let's just stay on this Baltimore train. Let's not get on the other team. Let's stay on this Baltimore train. Number 17. With the offense backed up near the goal line, Jackson hit Henry on a swing pass to the left flat. That's okay. This is a point I want to talk about for a hot second. Derrick Henry. I need him to be able to catch these little passes and be a reliable check down threat so he can stay in the game on all 3 downs. I don't want him to have to come out on 3rd downs and kind of give away like, hey, this might be a pass. I want him to be able to maybe get in there and run a check route or run a Texas route or run in the flats and be, I want him to be a 3-down back because kind of what Tennessee did, they started putting in the old boy from Tulane when they was going to throw the ball last year. And so Henry will be in there on 1st and 2nd downs. And then they bring in my guy from Tulane on 3rd downs. And so anytime they want to throw the ball, they bring him in, and they kind of got predictable last year. I want Henry to be able to catch enough to be a 3-down back. Or let's just never get in 3rd down and just always get our 1st downs on 1st and 2nd. One of the two. All right, 18. Run fake and drop back led to a scramble from Lamar Jackson. 19, Jackson and the offense backed up again. Stevens added to his strong day, breaking up a well-thrown ball to Aguilar, who was running for an out route. All right, let me ask y'all this question. So last year, Brandon Stevens was the best cornerback last year. Let's just keep it a buck. Marlon has came back and dropped a little weight, and he's had a strong opening camp. Who's cornerback 1 right now? Do we automatically default back to Marlowe? Or does Brandon Stevens still have that moniker because of his play last year? Who's cornerback 1 right now? Put that in the chat box. Who's cornerback 1? But while y'all do that, I'm going to keep reading. Number 20, Jackson found Andrews in a congested airspace for an impressive full extension grab up the seam. Andrews decides to stiff arm in the direction of cornerback Marlon Humphreys, who had no interest in full contact and just kept on running right up the sideline. That's a Marlon Humphreys, and they probably all laughed about that. 21, feeling a little bit of heat, Jackson sidearmed the pass to rookie running back Rasheen Ali in the right flat. Now that's the first time I've seen Rasheen Ali's name in any publication, like in anything. I ain't seen nobody mention his name in nothing at all. 22, Jackson hit receiver Sean Ryan on the crosser for a short completion. Then we got like 2 more. 23, Jackson scrambled for a modest gain. 24, with the offense backed up again and about 100 seconds on the clock, Jackson opened a hurry-up drive with a short completion to Andrews. So we're doing, a minute 40, and they're doing 2-minute drill. Play 25, and what might have been his best play of camp, Jackson stared down pressure from Oway and Jones. This is the play we talked about. That's number 25. The play that they showed on video is play 25. Play 26, Jackson hit wide receiver Tyler Wallace for a solid game. Play 27, Jackson fed Flowers on another check down. 28, Jackson fired a dart to Flowers, getting rid of the ball just before Oway arrived in the backfield with pressure. So OA and pressure has been mentioned a couple times on this sheet. And again, I don't know, like, we got to talk about the tackles. Is he getting pressure on Ronnie? Or is he getting pressure on Makari or Rosengarten? That's the question I want to know. Is OA getting these pressures on Ronnie? Because in the first video we saw, we definitely got the pressure on Makari. So the earlier pressure from play 25 is on Makari. So is this one on play 28? Is that on Makari still, or is it on Ronnie? Because if it's on Makari, it don't really mean too much to me. If it's on Ronnie, that's a different story. I don't know about y'all, but if you're getting pressure from Ronnie, that's one thing. But if you're getting pressure from Makari, that don't mean too much. Because the last time we got hyped up, and Hendo will tell you this, last time we got hyped up by always getting pressures, it was on what's the swinging gate guy that came from the Steelers? He ended up playing left tackle for us that year, and it was horrible. The name eludes me. He was in the military for a while, played for the Steelers, and we picked him up. Picked him up to play right tackle, play left tackle. Somebody help me out in the chat box. Shoot, I just know him as Swinging Gate. Alejandro Villanueva. There we go. Thank you, Hendo and Cam. Appreciate y'all. And C Iron, appreciate it. Villanueva. All right, let's go to 29. A rare completion of Andrews as the inside linebacker Trent Simpson sat on his outbreaking route and helped break up the play. Now that's what Trent gonna be good at. As for at covering people, because he fast as all get out, and he was very good at Clemson in space. He's very good at Clemson in space. So I think he's gonna be good in covering guys out of the backfield. I think, or tight ends too. I think he's gonna be good at that. And then 11 on 11 in low red zone. Lamar was 2 for 2 with a touchdown. Dropping back from the 10-yard line, Jackson settled for a check down to Henry in the right flat, where Malik quickly wrapped him up. And then play 31, Jackson found likely for his only touchdown of the day, with Hamilton sticking to the tight end in the red zone, but having only limited visibility of the backfield. Jackson fired a pass that only likely saw coming. Likely celebrated their score with a... That was my doctor calling. I call him that. Likely fired a pass, only likely saw coming. Likely celebrated his score with a skeet shooting demonstration, while Hamilton threw his head back in exasperation. So that's all the passes for them that day. Get myself back up here. All right, so that's practice report from yesterday that I should have brought to you yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to bring it to you yesterday. So we may get one later on today for today's practice if we have one, but we may not. But I appreciate you guys for coming through, man. Again, if you have not liked the stream, please do so. Please go back and check that thing out. Hit the like button. If you're here and you have not subscribed, please do so also. I didn't hear you. Bateman was hurt, Kev. Bateman didn't practice. He was hurt. He didn't practice yesterday. He was hurt. Bateman didn't practice. Walker didn't practice. And Hardy didn't practice. Those three receivers didn't practice. That's why. He say he just sore. That's all. So maybe he'll practice today. But he say he just sore. And but again, like the stream, share it, tell a friend. We pushing 10K. We what? 292 away. So help your boy out, man. And hey, we get football Thursday, the Hall of Fame game. Our preseason game is the 9th. So make sure you go support all your other Ravens content creators, man. And hit the like button here. And I'll see y'all soon, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Peace and love. Hardy not injured. Hardy's taking care of his baby. Something wrong with his baby, sick, or something wrong with his baby. Hardy's not injured. Hardy has to take care of some family stuff. Hardy's not injured. But I don't know what's wrong with Tez and Bateman got hurt at practice. What's today? Wednesday. Bateman got hurt at practice Monday. I appreciate y'all, man. Ooh, 46 minutes. We went long today. I was trying to stay under 30 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess.